Julian Assange. If that's not infringement, criminal infringement of freedom of speech, I don't know what it is. So, code is speech, okay.
It is.
Is speech still protected in the US as well? That's a harder question.
Well, I mean, of course, today we have Elon Musk buying Twitter, and one of the remarkable things, of course, in U.S. law, I mean, the First Amendment is supposed to apply to the government. But one of the really remarkable things that's come out lately is the U.S. government has been pressuring and working with institutions like Twitter to go restrict speech. And bizarrely, it actually is one of these very rare cases in the U.S. where you really do get First Amendment violations. Normally it's a corporation, they do what they want. But, we are having this discussion around very different topics, let's say, Bitcoin, core source code, and things like that. But, if you didn't bring that up, I would have brought that up too, and I think it's very relevant. We don't know where this is going to go.
So here's another question I want to pose to you as the panel. Does that mean if the US has a stronger protection on this idea of code as speech or First Amendment rights, what's the implication for developers? Should developers be in the US? Or what's the situation for non-American developers?
I mean, at least if you look at it from a crypto perspective, when you're not just looking at Bitcoin, you can already see developers moving outside of the US for some of these concerns that they have regarding regulations and regarding potentially, having to go to jail if there's some issue with how their code is being used. So I think absolutely, I think people are moving outside of the US, and I think it will continue happening more and more, and I think we are also seeing more and more developers in crypto. Obviously, Bitcoin is quite normal, but in crypto, just becoming more anonymous, not doxing as much as they used to. It's very common, and it's not just for securities violations. It's also for just complying with sanctions. Like you really don't want to be responsible for your protocol having to comply with sanctions, because if it can't, what's the alternative? It's that you're responsible to go to prison. And I think that's why a lot of these people go outside of the US. And I think we're going to get to the tornado case, but it's not just one person, right? There are two other founders, and I think the reason why they have not been really arrested or are in prison right now is because they were not in Netherlands, they were not in the US. It's because they were in a jurisdiction that maybe could not extradite them. And these issues are becoming more and more common, and I think more and more developers in crypto as a whole will be anonymous and will try to kind of preserve their real identity.
I mean, keep in mind the Tornado Cash case, they would be currently much better off had they been in the US. Because at least at this stage, being in the Netherlands, you can, in the Netherlands, basically will hold you for, I think it's like 6 months without even charges. And while they're doing this, they go auction off your stuff. The US, there's a lot of bad things you say about the US, but it's not that bad. And at least at this point of the trial, they would have been better off elsewhere. But also to say in general, the answer here isn't to say everyone should move out of the US or everyone should move out of the Netherlands. It's that we're much better off if we have diversity of developers. Some threats, you're more vulnerable.